Hey there. All right. I just kind of wanted to add my 2 cents to the whole Overwatch 2 launch, kind of initial thoughts, as a lot of people have been doing lately. Um, yeah, I mean, just for some context, since it's one of my first videos on the channel here, I played a lot of Overwatch 1 as it came out. I was in the beta, played like a unhealthy amount during the first couple of years there, and then when it started to fall off, around when Brigida came out, the game kept starting worse, as most players back then know, and then eventually kind of died for a while there. I was around for all that. I kind of experienced all the ebbs and flows of the game's patches and cycles and things like that. And yeah, I kind of just wanted to throw my opinion in the ring, as there are definitely some interesting and not so great changes that have been made to the game since it sort of had this revival of sorts. I'm going to talk about some of the normal, sort of positive things that I think to start off, and kind of go into the more negatives because there's kind of a bigger pile of those, as most people can understand. So to start off, 5v5. That is, I like it. It's 6v6 was way too chaotic in my opinion as time went on, and I did not know how much better the game could be if you slow things down slightly by getting rid of two people. Yeah, I mean, just positive all around. Game feels way more fun now since I've been playing this first week of the game being out. Nothing really negative there. I don't want to go back to 6v6 ever. If they ever added a mode, like some sort of legacy Overwatch mode where you can sort of feel that feels like, I'm good. Yeah, the UI, very similar. Game does not feel that different. A little cleaner, a little. The graphics are better, for sure. No doubt there. But yeah, nothing too impressive. They just. Playing it safe, which is fine. I mean, the UI was good. There wasn't really a lot to improve on there. Hard to really fault them for that. Game modes, happy there. A lot of more arcade stuff. For players who just tend to play role queue or competitive, please try the arcade. There's some really good stuff there. I think the game browser, as the game continues to go on and new game modes start being made, I think there's going to be a really healthy ecosystem there for keeping the game fresh and interesting, since I'm sure Blizzard has kind of a bad habit of updating things and keeping things fresh. I'm sure in a year, hopefully, we're still going to have Overwatch be supported, but you never know with Blizzard. They're tough to pin down. Reworked characters, not a ton of stuff there, but some good stuff that has been done. Sombra jumped out at me right off the bat as like a tiny change for her. Like, just her hacked opponents have more damage being done to them. Like, she does more damage to them. I believe she does 40% more damage to them when they're hacked. That's huge. Like, great. She's an assassin type of character. That makes so much sense. That should have been in Overwatch 1. I don't know why it took this long for that to click for them. What else is there? Brigitte. I was a really big Brigitte player, even though she was broken. Might be why I played her so much is because she was so overpowered and broken back in the day. But yeah, she's been or reworked, I should say, in a really healthy way, I think. The CC is gone, which is good. She had way too much of it. But she displaces people a lot more now, and it's a lot of like going in and just pushing people out of safe positions. I think her and Doomfist work beautifully together. If you and your friends haven't tried that combo, I highly recommend it. She and him, just it feels like a match made in heaven, honestly. And I don't see enough. I don't see enough Brigitte players right now, and yeah, big fan of that. Diva, my best friend, huge Diva man, and yeah, I know. Unless she was being like babied by a Zenyatta or a Mercy or one of the supports in the first game, Diva just felt like she was made of paper mache, like ridiculously squishy for a tank. And I mean, that was part of her kit. She's supposed to kind of, her mech dies, she gets out, does damage, stays alive, gets back in it. I get the mentality, but it was so weak before. There was no excuse for how weak it was. It's a lot better now, in my opinion, especially since she's the one tank you can have in your team. Now it really feels like it makes sense for a healer to baby her now. Like, it makes sense, and she's also tankier. Just great change all around. She does a little more damage, it feels like. no problems with her. Really feels the same, just healthier in general. Um, I would say everyone feels pretty balanced overall. Some slight tweaks. I know Arissa's really strong at the moment. Probably need to bring that down a little bit. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's going to take a little bit of time, but so far, tanks should feel fun right now. They should feel a little more heavy damage. We went through so long where they were just weak in general. It's kind of a nice change. I don't mind them being a little unbalanced for a few months as Blizzard looks at the new balance for 5v5 and plays around with things a bit. One thing I do want to say that is completely unacceptable, in my opinion, is Zarya's state at the moment. She is so insanely overpowered. It is like I don't see her a ton, so I feel like she's a slept on character at the moment because you always see Orisa, you always see Junker Queen, because she's new, but in Diva because she's just popular. But Zarya is, she has no counterplay. If you've gone up against a Zarya this week, and a good Zarya, mind you, that knows what she's doing, knows how to time her bubbles out really well, has one or both supports just completely focusing on healing her, she is practically unkillable. And the problem too is her bubble seems to last way longer now than it used to. So in a fight, she's just taking splash damage. Even if you're trying to avoid hitting her like a good player should, you're not supposed to be hitting the Zarya bubble. That's basic. It feels like it lasts so long. She can just jump in the way of when you're trying to hit around her constantly. She's going to build up her damage resistances. That's just, it's too easy for her to do that, and there's no counter. Like, there's just no counter to do that other than waiting out the bubble. And while you're doing that, she is just hammering you with that laser. That is, I mean, I haven't seen it one time where Zarya is not at minimum 80 out of her 100 damage boost. Like, it's bonkers right now. I don't have words for it. It's crazy. That needs to be brought down. Like, Overwatch 1 Zarya was not overpowered. I didn't feel like she was strong for a good player, but like, you could kill her. Like, if the team worked around taking her out, she was not impossible to take down. She feels like a raid boss right now, and like a raid boss that you cannot do anything to if they know what they're doing. So that's like my number one thing. I really, really hope, even before Orisa is killable, even if she is strong right now. Like, Zarya is being slept on hugely, and once they do nerf Orisa, if that is what happens first, Zarya is immediately going to get jumped on, I think. And she's so much worse, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel like I am. It seems crazy to me. Other than her, I'm pretty happy with the state of characters in the game right now. I always have my bones to pick with certain characters. Soldier, I think, is just the brain-dead, easiest character in the game to just go jump on him, get a bunch of kills. He plays himself pretty much. I mean, I can't imagine someone not knowing how to play Soldier. He's just so brain-dead easy. Sorry, Soldier mains. It's just that's you must have people hear that all the time, right? Like, I mean, anyway. Now, let's move on to some just straight-up bad game changes. Firstly, PvE. Like, how? I mean, I've heard the interviews about what they were saying about PvE and what happened, and what? Like, how is this seriously a sequel? I guess that's my biggest issue right now. Is it's nice to come back into Overwatch 2 after taking a while away from Overwatch 1, play the game. Certain small changes for the PvP feel nice, but what? How is this seriously dictating a sequel? Like, there is no universe where this should have charged anyone money. I mean, it is free to play, but let's be honest. Most Overwatch 1 players bought the Watchpoint pack, I think it was called. Because, like, especially if you look at what you get if you just jump on the free-to-play part. You merge your account, look at the free-to-play part. What do you get? So, say you didn't save any of your coins. Most of us did, because if you played Overwatch a lot, I mean, eventually you just ran out of things to buy, and loot boxes were just unlocking coins, building up your money. Great. If you look at the store, in fact, let's really jump in there right now, and I'll show you the store right now. Let's really look at the shop. So, like, just looking at this right off the bat, 2,000 coins for something. Now, you buy the Watch Pass, you get 2,000 points. They clearly are coins. They clearly built that for that reason. Look at this, you can buy something off the bat. Great. Um, and then also, no, sorry. If we look at if I go back to the heroes and pick any hero here, say go to this guy here. We got the legacy coins, so that's like kind of what we carried over. Great. So that's limited time. After we run out of those, it's over, right? We have to seriously pay. Like, what actually, let me double check that. What is the coin transference rate? Actually, I haven't actually looked at that, and I should. So if I want to buy. Wow. So if I want to buy an Overwatch skin, like a top tier skin, that's $26. $25.99 if you want me to be really specific. But because they do that usual typical thing where they don't give you the exact amount that you want. You get 10% bonus. Great. So now you have a little extra sit floating around that you can't afford anything with that. Maybe like a little spray or something. Yeah, this is my problem here. Like this is the changes to the game we've got here. I mean, I kind of went off topic a little bit here. I wanted to talk about the PvE, but I mean, PvE is not here, so I guess we'll move past that, and maybe whenever it launches, hopefully soon, we'll be able to address that. That should have been in here. That's like strike number one for me, that this is a ridiculous sequel. Overwatch 1.5 is what this should have been called, or the Overwatch Resurgence. I don't know. Like, call it something else. 2 is just a lie. That's all that title is. It's such this 2 should not be here. It's bad. I hate that. Let's get more focused. I have a list of things here. The Battle Pass. This is so I don't know what it is, the curse of the first Battle Pass in every single game that adopts this, but like Apex had it. Their first Battle Pass was terrible, like so bad, and I mean, I think if you really think back, I'm having trouble remembering because Battle Passes have been around for so long, but I'm pretty sure if you really look back at the history of Battle Passes, every first Battle Pass is terrible. And I get it, the guys who coined the first Battle Pass, it was an idea, like it was something interesting to get away from loot boxes, and it was a good idea at first. I think everyone was really happy with the idea of a Battle Pass. And then when everyone started doing it, and everyone kept making that same mistake, you'd think that one company that releases the first Battle Pass would think, hey, let's make an actual good one that's worth the $10 to $20 that we always charge for them. Let's do that. That makes a lot of sense, because we hear players constantly complaining about the ridiculousness of how just lacking in worthwhile content it is. It's always like a few skins, 1 or 2 really good ones, some garbage ones, bunch of sprays, bunch of weapon tokens or whatever they're called, charms, voice lines, like just crap, filler crap that nobody wants. Like you might look at it and be like, I mean, I'd rather have it than have nothing, but that's not. This is you're supposed to be trying to win back players, Blizzard. This was not the way to go about it. And to talk more about the Battle Pass specifically, I am so sure that this was not the Battle Pass we were supposed to get. Because let me just jump over to an image here I've got. This is just absolutely ridiculous in my opinion, that this is seriously... if this is what they did, this is ridiculous. 1 second here. Apologies, just trying to find this thing here. And the page is not showing up for some reason. Okay, well... well, I'll add it in. I'll add an image of it. I was hoping to just jump over the screenshot on a page here, but whatever. Anyway, what you should be seeing is an image of a bunch of really great Cyberpunk skins, because if you weren't aware, this Battle Pass theme was Cyberpunk. That's what they said in interviews. So what we got was, oh man, Sorry, I'm just a little bit so ridiculous. I'm a little bit flustered. Yeah, so what we got was this with the Genji Cyberpunk skin at the end, the big mythic skin, the Cyber Demon skin, and then we also got. Did we get? Are there any other Cyberpunk skins in this pack? Actually, I guess Kiriko. Yeah, Kiriko at this level here. She's got her Hinatori skin, so that's a Cyberpunk skin kind of. But anyway, this what I'm talking about, this image that I'm gonna add here that you should be seeing right now, is of the Hinatori skin in the middle with Roadhog skin that looks sick, just fantastic over here. Widow, Zenyatta, Hanzo, Sojourn, a new skin for her that makes her look like a detective in the like kind of 1950s, but with a techie 2077 look. These are clearly the skins we were supposed to get. Like, I don't think anyone could argue that. But clearly, that's what this was supposed to be. And then, obviously, Blizzard did Blizzard stuff, and they decided, we could probably charge people for that. I mean, you can argue, no, that's always what they're supposed to do. They were always gonna, like, this was always the battle pass we were supposed to get. But I have my doubts about that. This just seems like, I don't believe that at all. I think that the people in charge of this originally wanted to win people over, wanted to get a lot of people excited about their first battle pass, and then execs probably jumped in and thought, hey, we can make more money selling this piecemeal to people for 2,000 coins a pop, $25 a pop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Little conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat moment, but, it is what it is. With Blizzard, you kind of have to feel like that because they've pulled crap like this in the past constantly. The shop in general, actually, that's the next topic here. I just want to talk about the shop, actually, and the lack of any way of actually buying anything other than real money. Because, there's stuff that's just straight up for money, which is fine. Okay. But the coins, at least Overwatch 1, we could grind loot boxes, which, trust me, I hated loot boxes. They are a scourge on the whole industry. They should never have existed. I completely am happy with countries banning them outright. And when Overwatch 2 announced they were getting rid of them, I was over the moon. I thought, great. Blizzard's going to make a good system that, we're still going to be able to grind for stuff. We're not going to just be forced to pay straight up money for everything. But now, instead of that, Blizzard thought, hey, what if we just let people do this and farm for coins instead of, like maybe instead of leveling up and getting some coins every time you level up, maybe make them do weekly challenges, and the most they can ever make is 60 coins. Yeah, that makes sense. Literally, that's it. 60 coins a week. And the weird thing too, this is the extra weird thing. If I was a scumbag company and I wanted to screw my player base over, I would reverse this. You complete 4 weekly challenges, you get 10 coins. You should have to do everything to get 30. Really, if we're going to be scumbags, why not just go the full distance here? Why do this? Because now that I've gotten 30 and I'm seeing 20 and 10, I'm like, my interest is already barely there for this, but at least this is just something I pretty much can get naturally without even trying. You complete challenges and you really hardly have to focus on it if you're playing decently and you're playing all roles, all that kind of stuff. But I have zero interest in farming. This I'll probably get 20 hours probably. This 10 coins, who cares? Who in their right mind cares about 10 coins? Who cares about 30 coins is honestly, who cares about that? This, if they really only wanted to give people challenges to make coins each week, I don't even know what you'd have to do to make this right. I don't know if it would be maybe 50, 100, 150. Maybe that would be better. I guess that would be better. Even that seems slow because 2,000 coins. That's even if you do that every single week, that still feels like such a grind. For one skin, really think about that. For new players especially, I would never be able to enjoy getting into this game if I was new. I have most skins already unlocked, which is, good, but this just seems ridiculous and unfair to players. I don't know how they're going to keep players with new people. People who already have most stuff, fine. They're not really looking at anything around here I need any of this. So other than the battle pass, that's kind of it. So good, I guess. But yeah, and to connect conversations there, Where this is a sequel, Overwatch 2 again. We're talking about Overwatch 2, the big sequel here. Where are the new skins, Blizzard? Holy crap! Like this is all like from past events, like in Overwatch 1. Where are the new skins other than the new heroes? Obviously, they have new skins. So we have 3 new heroes with a suite of new skins. And also, can I just say, just to throw this out there, like the skins don't look fantastic. I mean, like some of them look okay. The Battle Pass skin for her looks pretty good in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. None of this looks different enough to warrant like, I guess 1900. I don't know. Also 100 less. Sorry for anyone correcting me here, but I mean, even like I just don't know. I don't understand like the thought process here. I mean, look at this. Like her helmet doesn't even change. The card doesn't even change. I don't believe does she even have a different kunai, or is it the same? It's the same. How? I don't know. This just is so lazy. I don't know what else to say about this. It's like, how about Sojourn? Am I crazy, or is this all gonna just look the same too? Like, was her base gonna look like this? I'm guessing what color change probably for blue. Yeah. Is there any difference there? Actually, is there? Oh, slight difference. Very, very slight difference. Okay. So I'm wrong, I guess. Yeah, they did a little more work in a Sojourn maybe than the other two, but I don't know. It just seems like you had 2 years of giving us no content in Overwatch 1. I genuinely thought coming to Overwatch 2 there were going to be at least 2 or 3 new skins for every champion, every character here, every hero. That was just going to be something worth, I mean, paying money for, I guess, because there's not really a real way to grind any of this. And honestly, I think this all comes down to free-to-play. Like, the fact that they advertise this as a free-to-play game and there's no cost at the door, it gave them the license to just ruin the game's economy, essentially. And anything they want to charge us now is fair game because it's free. So, I don't know. I think a lot of people that were, not fans of free-to-play were saying this exact thing when this got announced. I was definitely among them, worried about the free-to-play announcement because, I mean, free-to-play opens up the doors to a lot of awful practices as far as cheating goes, as far as bots go, just all the negative things around free-to-play games. It all comes sweeping into a game that previously had a barrier at the gate. Having a $40 to $50 cost for a game, it really does help get rid of a lot of really unsavory practices from developers and gamers that come in. Definitely a bit of a mistake there. It's very sad, especially considering that I have a feeling PvE will cost money. I think that'll be an expansion that I'll call it an expansion, and they'll likely put some sort of price tag on that, which is super ridiculous and unfair, considering that should have been in the base game. I hope I'm wrong about that, but Blizzard's kind of proven that they will sink to any low that they can to steal money from people. Honestly, I'm really just hoping that the Microsoft deal goes through and Microsoft maybe comes in and cleans it up a little bit. Yeah, that's I think kind of all I wanted to say. Initial thoughts on things. Yeah, as far as gameplay goes, there's not really a lot to talk about. Game feels the same, which is not bad. But if you're a fan of Overwatch, it's more Overwatch. And there's a lot of negative economy changes to the game. So that's kind of the long and short of it. Just initial thoughts. I hope things get better as time goes on. Maybe I'll do some follow-up videos over the months after some updates, player feedback. Yeah, week 1 of Overwatch 2, though. 2. Yeah. Thoughts, comments. If you have different opinions on it, put some stuff down below. If you liked my opinion, throw a like, subscribe if you want to see more. I'm going to be doing probably some streams, definitely gameplay playthroughs of different video games, a lot of different genres there. So yeah, stick around. Hopefully see you guys next time. Have a good one.